Gerald. Gerry Goffin was an American lyricist. Writing initially with his wife Carole King, he co-wrote many international pop hits of the early and mid-1960s, including the US #1 hits Will You Love Me Tomorrow, Take Good Care of My Baby, The Loco-Motion, and Go Away Little Girl. It was later said of Goffin that his gift was to find words that expressed what many young people were feeling but were unable to articulate. After he and King divorced, Goffin wrote with other composers, including Barry Goldberg and Michael Masser, with whom he wrote theme from Mahogany, and Saving All My Love for You, also #1 hits. During his career Goffin penned over 50 US Top 40 hits, including 8 chart toppers, and 21 UK Top 40 hits. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1990, with Carole King. Biography. Early life. Goffin was born in Brooklyn, New York, and grew up in Queens. He enlisted in the Marine Corps Reserve after graduating from Brooklyn Technical High School. After spending a year at the U.S. Naval Academy, he resigned from the Navy to study chemistry at Queens College. Partnership with Carole King. At college he met Carol Klein, who had started writing songs under the name Carole King. They began collaborating on songwriting, with King writing the music and Goffin the lyrics, and began a relationship. When King became pregnant, they married in August 1959 when he was 20 and she was 17. Goffin began working with a chemicals manufacturer, and wrote the lyrics for Carole King's 1959 single O'Neill, an answer song to her friend Neil Sedakar's O. Carol. Goffin added the words to the tune written by Sedakar and Howard Greenfield, who both worked under Don Kirshner at the Alden Music Publishing Company in Manhattan. The single's B-side, A Very Special Boy, was a Goffin-King composition. Although the record was not a hit, the couple both secured contracts to write songs professionally at Alden. Goffin at first worked with other writers including Barry Mann and Jack Keller, but he and Carole King soon established themselves as a successful writing team. The partnership's breakthrough hit was Will You Love Me Tomorrow, for which Goffin wrote the lyrics. The song was recorded by the Shirelles and went to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in January 1961. Goffin and King formed one of the most successful songwriting partnerships of the period, with hit songs including Take Good Care of My Baby, Halfway to Paradise, The Loco-Motion, Go Away Little Girl, It Might As Well Rain Until September, One Fine Day, Up on the Roof, I'm Into Something Good, Don't Bring Me Down, Oh No Not My Baby, Going Back, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, and Pleasant Valley Someday. Goffin and King also wrote several songs jointly with record producer Phil Spector. In 1963, John Lennon was quoted as saying that he wanted Paul McCartney and himself to become the Goffin King of England. In 1964, Goffin fathered a daughter with singer Jeannie Reeves, but he and King remained together for several years before divorcing in 1969. The two continued to work together for some years afterwards. Goffin later said in an interview in Vanity Fair that he wanted to be a hippie grew my hair longer and Carole did it modestly. And then I started taking LSD and mescaline. And Carole and I began to grow apart because she felt that she had to say things herself. She had to be her own lyricist. According to King's memoir, Goffin suffered from mental illness following ingestion of LSD, eventually undergoing treatment with lithium and electroshock therapy, and was diagnosed with manic depression. His drug use affected his health, and he was hospitalized for a time. Other collaborations. Goffin also worked successfully with other composers in the early 1960s, including Barry Mann and Jack Keller. After splitting from King, Goffin released a solo album in 1973, It Ain't Exactly Entertainment, but it was not successful, and he began working with other composers, including Rusty Tillman, Barry Goldberg, and then Michael Masser. He and Masser won an Academy Award nomination in 1976 for the theme to the film Mahogany, sung by Diana Ross. And also wrote Saving All My Love for You, a worldwide hit for Whitney Houston, Tonight, I Celebrate My Love, and Nothing's Gonna Change My Love for You. Goffin and Masser also received a Golden Globe nomination for So Sad, the song from the 1976 Gladys Knight film Pipe Dreams. Later life. Goffin and King were inducted together into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1987, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1990. In 1996 he released his second solo album, Backroom Blood, which he said was inspired by his anger at conservative gains in the 1994 congressional elections. The album was mostly co-written with Barry Goldberg, but included 2 songs co-written with Bob Dylan, Tragedy of the Trade, and Masquerade. Goffin described Dylan as sort of like a god to me. Goffin was one of the first people to take notice of Kelly Clarkson's talent and had hired her to do demo work prior to her auditioning for American Idol in 2002. Personal life: Gerry Goffin was married to Carole King between 1959 and 1969. They had 2 daughters, singer-songwriter Louise Goffin and Sherry Goffin Condor. Goffin also had a daughter, Dawn, with Jeannie Reeves. He married Barbara Belling in the early 1970s and had a son, Jesse Dean Goffin, in 1976. They divorced later that decade. Goffin then married songwriter Ellen Manasian in the 1980s and had 1 daughter, Lauren, in 1984. Following their divorce he married actress Michelle Conaway in 1995. Death: Goffin died on June 19, 2014 in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 75. He left 4 daughters, 1 son, and 6 grandchildren. Tributes: on hearing of his death, Carole King said that Goffin was her first love, and had a profound impact on her life. She went on to say, his words expressed what so many people were feeling but didn't unregistered trademark T know how to say. Gerry was a good man and a dynamic force, whose words and creative influence will resonate for generations to come. Barry Goldberg, who wrote many later songs with Goffin, said Gerry was one of the greatest lyricists of all time and my true soul brother. See also, list of songs with lyrics by Gerry Goffin, discography, singles and EPs. It's Not the Spotlight, Adelphi Records Incorporated a Euro AD 452, Backroom Blood, Jeans Records a Euro GCD 4532, albums, It Ain't Exactly Entertainment, Adelphi Records Incorporated a Euro AD 4102, Backroom Blood, Jeans Records a Euro GCD 4132, It Ain't Exactly Entertainment demo and other sessions Big Pink a Euro Big Pink 92, references. External links: Gerry Goffin at AllMusic, Gerry Goffin at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Gerry Goffin at the Internet Movie Database, History of Rock, Gerry Goffin at Find a Grave.